Hi, my name is Eric Salseca Morales, and for my project in 367, my focus was on trying to incorporate something that would help recognize, manage, and help individuals cope with panic attacks since they're unprecedented and they are not fun to have. So, yeah, as I mentioned, the problem is all too often people have panic attacks and you don't really know when they're coming. And currently, there exists practically nothing that helps you determine what if it's going to happen, what to do, or ways to cope with it. At most, current watches only give you metrics such as your heart rate, your breathing rate, and that's about it. They don't really give individuals an opportunity to actually explore how to cope with panic attacks or even detect if they are on the verge of having one. As I mentioned, what's been done? So there's a lot of Apple Watches and smartwatches out there, but like I mentioned, they really don't give any advantage whatsoever. They just tell you what your heart rate is, what your breathing rate is, and that's about it. For example, the Apple Watch Series 7, it tracks your heart rate, and at most it notifies you of your heart rate patterns. And the Garmin Venue too. It just offers you stress scores based on the heart rate data. So in reality, all they are doing is just giving you a metric, not telling you, hey, you're on the verge of having one. Hey, if you're on the verge of having one, you can do X, Y, and Z to like relax or like get your mind off it. And that's where NES comes into play. Uh, the goal of NES was to help predict the possibility of a panic attack happening, and then allowing users different ways of coping with such panic attacks. And that's where the solution comes in. We were able to implement alerts so that the user knows early that it might be happening, leveraging metrics. We incorporated gamification, allowing games to distract the user's mind and reward them for doing certain things and calming down. And then also the ability to contact loved ones if they ever are on the verge of it. And then positive reinforcement through gamification. And right now, I'll do a quick demo of it. So when you log in, you're introduced to the login page. And if you log in, I'll just sign in as Bob and Bob. You're introduced to these metrics. Now, I know they seem really high, and that's for the sake of testing for the demo. But if you can see, the user has the ability to open a store through gamification, and we reward them by every time they're able to relax, calm down, or go a day without a panic attack. They're able to buy their icons and their characters, and then they're able to do things to calm them down. They could play whack-a-mole, which every time you hit it, it reduces your metric. Uh, as I show here. So you see, the metrics that are on the verge of being high are going away. And then, for example, the user could also play Flappy Bird. And then every time they go across the interface, their scores get lower. So you see, it went from 74 to 71. And then to end it, you just, you know, that. And then, yeah, they could also watch common videos if they wanted to cope. You can see the common videos usually do a lot. This is my favorite one. We incorporated both funny videos to get their minds off and also videos to help them relax. I'm not gonna play the full thing, but yeah, that's the overall idea. And then there was also a functionality where users are able to send emails to their loved ones. Uh, the metrics went too high right now. Just give it like 3 seconds for it to like go over. But yeah, in the meanwhile, I'll talk about the challenges. There were a lot of challenges, both in development and in creation of metrics. Um, it was trying to mimic metrics as close as possible. Ideally, I'd have a watch with me and it would actually be tracking my rates in real time. So, for example, if we hit the alert loved ones, an email is sent to their dedicated primary contact, and it tells you here their metrics at that time and at what time that happened. So yeah, that's about it for the demo. And then future steps and challenges. Ideally, this should be a community. The goal is to incorporate more functionality in multiplayer games, chats such as Discord, appointments between psychologists and individuals to help them cope if that happens. Challenges, like I mentioned, getting metrics as accurate as possible, trying to mimic a panic attack happening. And yeah, moving forward, there's going to be more challenges if once we start incorporating like actual data real time with like watches, tailored gamification policies, finding false positives. A lot of statistic problems will come into play. Uh, but yeah, ideally, this is the defining factor of the app. Being able to detect panic attacks, being able to help individuals cope so that they know that they're not alone, and building a community. I think that's the most important thing. And this is are the advantages of this app and why it's important, and why I chose to focus on it. Thank you.